Liv, our question for this week is so you know when people die,
that old chestnut.
do you believe in spirits, ghosts, dead people? Do you believe they're here?
Yes, I think that we have souls, and I do think there are ghosts because I feel like some souls hang around, and I do believe in like cosmic energies and like universe, and just that we're all energies off of each other and sort of thing. We're all just like, I think if you are literally, your whole body was made from energy, the whole universe is made from energy, I don't see why your soul isn't just another part of that energy.
That was very well put. Someone get her a book deal. That was, I mean, I feel like you prepared that for ages. That's a really great way of looking at it, because technically the term paranormal refers to anything that can't be proven by science, I guess, from what I looked up. So it's anything beyond the range of scientific explanation, which I thought was quite interesting, because I just always thought of like, I don't know, I think paranormal has like a really negative connotation attached to it, because
scary one. Yeah,
exactly. And I don't know if I believe that there are like negative spirits in the world. Also, is it ghosts or spirits? I want to be politically correct, so I want to know what they prefer. So maybe if I had a Ouija board, like that's what I would ask and say, would you prefer is it spirits?
If they could reach out to me.
I just want to I want to be respectful, so I want to know, do you think it's like a psychological thing though? Like, you know how some people have said, oh, I saw a figure walking past, don't you have a story about
I think, yeah, so our house in the country is very old, and back in the day, in the wartime, it was used as a officers base, like for, in the war people, because it's close to the sea as well, so a lot of officers used to stay there when the war was going on, and which is also really interesting. In a lot of the doors there's like a triangle cut out at the top where they used to run the wires through, so like in the doors there's like wood cut out where they used to run the wires through. Cool. But my brother, I think, said that he had his door open once and he was looking out to the hallway, and a man in an army officer outfit walked past. Yeah,
I just got chills.
Like a ghost.
I just got chills.
Yeah, but the thing, I think I would be less freaked out if he looked ghost-like. So like if he was like see-through, or like a spirit or a movement that you kind of can like tell, I would be less freaked out than if you physically, whether they're like really look like they're there, I would be very freaked out if that happened. So if like they're a ghost but they also like look human,
because you think it's an intruder. Yeah, because I have a friend who can see spirits, and they it's hard for them to explain what they see, because it's energies, right? And people often do think that it is like physical presences, but from what I know, it's not always like, it's not a physical, sometimes it's just energy, right? Like it's just like it's like a gathering of particles almost, right? And like that's the best way. So you can't physically see what they look like. You can't always tell, but and like Teresa Caputo. Mm-mm. Have you heard of that name? The Long Island. So she's also referred to as the Long Island Medium, and it's a show that my mom and I would watch growing up. And she's a medium, so she connects with I was gonna say the underworld. That's dark. She connects with those who have passed. And like, I understand skeptical people, because we like to understand things. And like I said, if it's not scientific proof, most people don't want to hear about it, because it's just theory for them, right? Fair enough. I'm open to those things.
Yeah, but science is only something that we have created anyway. Like, we only know so much in science of what we've learnt. So actually, there's so much of science we don't understand. And there's so much of science that has actually changed over time. So like Darwin and Darwinism, and like saying that we are all evolve and things like that. He was a man 200 years ago or so that decided, he has no real, like, he has kind of like evidence, physical evidence and things like that, but that was his hypothesis of what happens. So no one's actually come along in 2 years' time and decided to like contradict that. But now they actually are. There's so many studies actually saying that we are probably less likely to have come from that way of evolution than what Darwin had said originally. So like I think everything is there, and we only know so much until it's contradicted or until we learn more. So I think even science, you can just say that like actually like you just don't know.
I guess like I always have like such an open mind to possibility, you know, like it's like, yeah, that's why like when I have certain beliefs about things, like there are certain things that are never going to change my mind, like gay rights. No one's ever going to change my mind on that. I believe that is like a fundamental, they're human beings, right? Like racism, what? No, stop. What? So like those things are never going to change. But when it comes to things like evolution, like I do believe in Darwinism. However, when people raise points like this, I go, yeah, you're right. I mean, I could see that, right? Like I'm so malleable when it comes to things like that because like you said,
it's like skepticism for like the spiritual stuff and everything you can't like add up or left, right and center, because like at the end of the day, like that's pretty much like, I know that you can say 1 and 1 makes 2, okay fine, but we created that in a sense. But also like the earth was flat until it was round. Like you don't know something until you don't. And I think with spirituality there's just so much that's never really been looked into enough, like scientifically. I'm just gonna let the cat out. Hold on.
Let the cat out of the bag. No? Okay. I don't like the whole I don't like the vibe that people where they go nope, where they're just so opposed to something that they have no idea about, right? So when people are like, I think when personally, and maybe this is a very negative way of looking at it, but like when people are so opposed to things like this, especially when talking about spirits and ghosts, I'm gonna call them spirits because I just feel like ghost is such like a woo thing, right? And I think spirit is like a kind way of saying it. I think that it's, for me, it's like, oh, you're just scared. Like that's the first thing that goes through my head is like, oh, you're just scared of the unknown. Like that's because I just feel like anyone that goes, nope, no way. Like I just, you know, because I don't know, I feel like it's arrogant to be like, nope, there's no way that you believe that you know more than what possibilities could be. You know, it's the same thing we were talking about with aliens on the other episode. Same idea. For people to be so indefinite about their opinion, you know, and it's just like, I don't know. I think it's silly, but I don't.
Would you go to a medium though? Would you go to a medium?
I would. Yeah.
I've seen the ones where the like celebrity medium on E, and he has that show and he goes around telling people stuff, but I think I would.
I understand that people are skeptical. Like, I mean, most people who Teresa Caputo goes to see, like, well, not most people, a lot of people are skeptical and they're like, I don't buy it. But the things that she pulls out, there's no way that she could have known that. Like, there's no amount of research. There's no, like, it's crazy. And like, there's, I mean, we've all seen bad actors. There's no way that there are that many good actors who would be able to, like, just for ratings. Like, it's just, I just don't, I'm a pretty optimistic person in life, but I'm also not naive, like, for the most part. So I don't believe, I just have this feeling and I just believe it. And my friend who can see it, I believe her. And yeah, so I don't know. It's I don't believe that there are bad spirits. Like I don't, you know how there's like paranormal activity, right?
Yeah.
I understand the hype behind it because again, possibility. Like what if?
Do you think they're just fucking up? Do you think these spirits are just like, oh shit, like I accidentally scared that person again. I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
Oh my god.
They're like idiots like us, but just like in Ghost World, and they just keep fucking up it. Everyone, oh my god, St. Jerry, I told you not to go into the cupboard that night. The ghosts must get so frustrated though because they don't hear them apologizing. So like they'll do something and then like the person gets really scared and they're like scream like, oh, like no one can hear me. I remember when I was younger and we'd been out, like I was like 13 or something, and we'd had a party and the parents were driving us back into one of my friends' houses and we were going down their lane, and in like the window that was in one of the bedrooms that was kind of like facing the lane that we were coming down, like three of us literally looked out the window and was like, oh my god, there's someone in the house. Like there was probably 5 of us in the car, and like 3 of us looked out the window and saw like a figure in the window, and we said it to the parents, and obviously the parents are obviously like, fuck, there's someone in our house. So they had to go in before us, we had to wait outside, they had to look around the whole house, and they went upstairs, like nothing had been touched, there was no one in there, every door was locked, everything, the lights were off, but when we looked, there was someone standing in the window, and 3 of us all said this.
Yeah, I mean, like, and I've heard, like, how many times have you seen like older photos or whatever, and like, or you know, family photos, and you see, have you seen, okay, there's a documentary on Netflix, and it's like, I haven't watched it, but I've seen people make videos about this. It's the story of the man who killed his wife and kids. I don't know, I can't remember what it is, but I'll bring it up. But anyway, so it's like a documentary, right? And they're taking footage, questioning this man.
I think I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, and they're questioning this man, like, who, you know, about the disappearance of his wife and children, right? And you later find out, of course, he's the one who killed them. In the video, in the background, I'm getting chills right now. You see the two girls.
Wait, why? In the documentary video? Like, so the police video or something?
Yeah, like, so it's, I think it was like on a body cam. I haven't watched it, and you still need to watch it, but somebody caught it, like, they're questioning him in his home, and in the back, I'm getting chills, oh my god, in the back of the video, you see two girls go running past, and they're already dead at this point. I know.
Oh my god, send me that link.
I'm gonna find it and I'm gonna attach it in this video because those things, that's what freaks me out, because I think that there is a period that after you pass, there is a period before you become just like a spirit ghost, where you do still have like a physical presence, because it's like a waiting period, right? You're waiting to see the big man upstairs.
I remember this. Yeah, there's the one time I was on TikTok and it was around Halloween, and I was literally, and all the like Halloweeny stuff were coming up on my For You page, and I just got into this really deep dark hole of going on this conspiracy theory, but like Halloween edition stuff, like all these things that have happened and like ghost stories and stuff like that, and I freaked myself out so much. I had to go and like watch Netflix after.
Okay, but if you did become a spirit, in theory, what would you do as your spirit self? What would be your number one task?
Fuck knows. I'd probably be the clumsy one, like we said earlier, knocking things over, being so
you don't have like the one thing where you're like, this is what I'm gonna do. You're like, no, I'm just gonna live my life and just be the idiot that knocks everything over and scares people for no reason.
Yeah, just have a good time. Whether I'm here in the flesh or not, I'll be having a good time.
I would take the opportunity for all the people who litter. I would take the litter and I would go run to their house and put it in their bed. And that way when they come home, they're like, what? And then I'm just gonna, and like every time that, because there's something about littering.
Okay, I get that. No, okay. I see.
That's what I would do.
Picking up what you're putting down.
I wouldn't do anything evil. Like, I would never, take vengeance. That's the only vengeance I would take, is that I just think it's such a selfish thing to litter. So I would take, chuck your wrapper. I'm going to grab that wrapper. I'm going to run to your house. I'll put it in your bed. You get in bed that night, and it's a reminder.
I'd just throw it back into their face, like, immediately. Like, they'd throw it out the car, and I'd just be there, like...
Instant karma.
No, bitch! And they're like, oh my god. And then they throw it out again, and I'm like, no!
But anyway, I think that, I don't see any, I don't know if there's evidence against the fact that there is an after. I just don't, so I just posted this thing on TikTok of this theory that I had, that when you die, like, that you're just living inside of a baby's dream. Because I found out that, like, babies dream, which I guess got corrected, that it's 2 months in the womb babies start to dream, but I thought it was 2 weeks, because on This Is Me they mentioned it, and I was like, wait, what? So I thought about it, and I was like, well, what if we're just living inside of a baby's dream? So, like, when you die and you see the white light, it's just the baby being birthed and coming through the vaginal canal, and that's the white light that you see. So everything that's happening right now, we're just inside of a baby's dream. So nothing is actually real, and that's why things just don't make sense sometimes. And when we get deja vu and we're like, wait, I haven't lived this. How do I remember this? It's because we never lived it, but when we were a baby, the people inside of our dreams, they lived it. And that's why it's deja vu.
Oh my god. So who's actually the living person though? When do we actually get to life?
It just keeps going. Like, it just never ends. Like, you just constantly...
But like, who is the baby and where is that universe?
I haven't gotten that far, but this is like, I'm on to something.
Okay.
But it's funny because people on my TikTok are like questioning me about it.
Come back to me with who the baby is and where they're going and what universe that's in, and then why our universe is inside their universe.